Hello, welcome. It's Milan with Tuning into the One, a place and a space to find, attract, and live in true, lasting love with questions, issues, and concerns with solutions and answers to be able to relate, date, and mate with mastery and success. In today's video, it's about negotiations. A lot of times when we have different opportunities, whether we're heavily into an intimate, exclusive, monogamous partnership, relationship, marriage, we oftentimes don't use effective negotiating tools to be able to get us to where we want to be. Part of that might be because we're not exactly in the best space. Remember, negotiation is about being able to state what you want, what you don't want, and why those things are important to you, and how it could work if we were to look for outcomes that have a win-win component and core aspect to them. So if you're not in that space, in that place, to be able to negotiate from a place that's heart-centered because you're hurting, then some really simple, straightforward mantras before you get going. They're really affirmations. They're rhymes that I've come up with and I use with my clients all the time. And I actually use them in my own life. One example is I'll be driving home from a client session, and I'll just look at traffic, and traffic will be in a certain pattern that says, hopefully you should have packed a snack because it is slow going. In which case I'll just start using an affirmation. I have an amazing life with abundant pay. Everything is unfolding in a divine way. I have an amazing life with abundant pay, and everything is unfolding in a divine way. That's my personal preference. That's my little affirmation that I use. Please feel free if that speaks to you. Now, I also realize that sometimes we're not in that place, in that space where we can take advantage of being just in that wonderful moment where we can have that situational awareness, because truthfully, in negotiating, situational awareness is key, as well as in most of our environments. When we're able to tune into connection, which is intimacy, awareness, and information, the more situational awareness we have, the better able we are to assess and calibrate what's going on by looking at it and then being able to come in with something that works. If we're not quite in that space, in that place to take advantage of that, then these affirmations can really make a difference in our negotiations. So here's one if you're already there and you just want to put yourself into a better state. So, I have an amazing life full of love and joy today. All my relationships are full of fun and play. Again, I have an amazing life full of love and joy today. All my relationships are full of fun and play. Now use that one if you're already in the zone. If you hear that alarm bell going off and you know you're not in that zone and it's like a 911 call inside of you, then what you want to do is come up with something that's going to help you turn off the ambulance sound or the sound of emergency vehicles inside your inner voice or your inner being and your emotions. And something along these lines can help. It's a middle ground. It's appreciating you may not be there, but you want to get there. So this is for those of us that have had a situation where we're looking for closure. There's some hurts, there's some wounds, there's some triggers, and we're looking to really just recapture that moment. Because when that sound inside of us is going off and we feel like there's stuff going on and we're like, dial 911, I need some help, then here's an affirmation that'll work for you. I had a difficult time full of pain and sadness as pay. Now my healing soothes my wounds day to day, and may tomorrow bring love back to stay. Again, I had a challenging time full of pain and sadness as my pay. Now my healing soothes my wounds day to day, and may tomorrow bring love back to stay. Full of hopefulness and a sense of I'm not in the best place, but I want to get back, and in the meantime, slowly, I'm finding healing, I'm finding soothing, I'm finding a sense of getting my feet on the ground and taking one step at a time. Then we're in a better place to be able to start our negotiation with ourselves first of all. by saying, what is it that I want? What is the outcome I want most? For those of you that have read Stephen Covey's The 7 Habits of Highly Successful People, start with the outcome in mind. It's an amazing opportunity in business and especially in personal relationships. Sometimes we just need to take care of tweaking some of the little things along the way, and we start getting better results. So the negotiation on the win-win outcome has to start with a good mindset. Maybe a couple of deep breaths and then get ready to roll. When you're designing win-win outcomes, you really want to only be able to get to a point of addressing two things in your negotiation. In general, you want to get to a place that whatever the issues are, where can we agree to agree? And the second one would be wherever the issues happen to land and the areas of difference and contrast along with alignment happen to be, where can we agree to disagree? Those are really the only two things. And as covered in a previous video on the 5-phrase speaking your piece and keeping your peace, you can use that one to help frame the agree to disagree, which was thank you as your first phrase, I appreciate and respect as your second phrase, I don't as your third phrase, and then lay out the part that's a disagreement. Instead, what I want as your place of where you would like to see agreement, and will you, the agreement frame that helps you to bring it to a place of will you agree to disagree now and we can talk about this later. If you think about the American Revolutionary period and the Constitution, it was a compromise. It was a compromise that was built on solid principles, and then the reality at the moment was, well, maybe all men are created equal, but right now we have certain situations in certain states. We also find ourselves in negotiations where we're in emotional states or the other person is in an emotional state, and we want to be able to work with that. So remember, when you're framing your negotiation, whatever your language is, you want to do your best to come from your heart and share from your heart and not your hurt. And if you're going to share from a place that's other than heart-centered, then use the 5-phrase speaking your piece and keeping the peace at the same time base of thank you, I appreciate and respect, I don't, instead I do want, or I don't like, and instead I do want. Will you agree to agree, or will you agree to disagree? This is a perfect place to start. So on the affirmation front, the idea here is to begin the negotiation with the end in mind and to make sure you're going in with a solid mindset and a sense of energized presence. If you're in a good place, look to get yourself into an even better place. If you're not in a great place, then look for ways to soothe and heal the opportunity before you sit down to talk, because communicating from your hurt can lead to disagreement, misalignment, and misunderstanding. And when those things happen, and worse, good things usually don't come out of it. So remember, use these mantras to try and attempt to put yourself in that space. If you're in a great place, get to a better level. If you're not, then use the I'm kind of challenged and hurt, but I'm healing day to day, and I look forward to love finding its way back to stay. It really is important for you to design these so you can find that place of healing and forgiveness and communicating from the heart and not the hurt. Till the next time, this is Milan wishing you amazing relationship mastery and dating success. And as always, click on the link on the video to join us in our private Facebook group where I can answer private questions or private concerns or situations that you'd like to resolve. I'm here to help. Please come join us. Till next time, this is Milan wishing you an amazing day. Bye for now.